probably be a better speaker, but you're going to have to say a few things. Just want to begin just to tell you how excited we are, you say, to be able to sponsor this breakfast. I personally am excited because I spent 15 years, or excuse me, not 15, 12 years in the Dougherty County School District. My math is not too good earlier in that. And it was one of the greatest experiences in my life. I truly had teachers, administrators, coaches who sowed into my life and helped make me the man that I am today. Just to give you an illustration, an example of this, I remember when I was in 10th grade, I was on the swim team. I played several sports when I was at Westover, but swimming was probably the one that I enjoyed the most. It was the one that I had the most experience in. And I had a background. I swam year-round on a competitive team. We would practice and swim about 3 to 4 miles of practice. For fun, we would go to Pensacola and swim in a 3-mile base swim. So I had a little bit of background. As did several of my teammates that swam year-round. Our other teammates were also athletes from other sports. So we had all the ideal conditions to be a great team. Our rival in swimming, I went to Westover, were the Albany High Indians. Now, the Albany High Indians had a team that their swimmers weren't quite as experienced as us. I don't think they had as many as we did that swam year-round. They didn't have the greatest conditions. They would get up at 5 in the morning and go to practice, go to school, and then do their homework and do it over the next day. I remember seeing them in the very first meet as a sophomore when I swam and thinking to myself, we got this, as an arrogant, smug teenager. The one thing, though, that I did not factor, the one thing that I did not have in my equation was their coach. See, their coach, who's now Dr. Hamilton, a good friend of mine, I call him Coach Hamilton. He had 3 things that truly had an impact on his team. Number one, he loved his job. You could tell it too. He would walk down and just the kids could see in his eyes how much he loved coaching, how much he loved teaching those kids. Number 2, he believed in his kids. And you could tell. He didn't care where they were as freshmen. He wanted to see where they were going to be as seniors. And the final thing, the most important thing, he loved his kids. And you know what? He didn't coach me, but he had an impact on my life. The reason I said I'm excited about being able to be a part in our company sponsoring this breakfast is very simple. It's the teachers, the coaches, administrators, the businesses that are involved have an opportunity to truly shape the future of our community. And whether you know it or not, you have a great impact on these young kids' lives. Coach Hamilton probably didn't know he had that impact on my life. Like I said, he did not coach me. But you know what? Kids watch. And then they do. As an admonishment to you all, go out today with 3 things. Love what you do. 2, believe in your kids. Number 3, love your kids. On behalf of you, say that thank you so much for your part in what you do for this school system. Thank you.
Do we have a representative from Procter & Gamble?
Hello everybody, I'm Levent Gokin from B&G. I'm not going to be able to top that, so I'm not going to try. I do want to be able to say thank you very much for this opportunity. We really appreciate being able to be good stewards of the community and of the people people here. That's one thing that we pride ourselves on at P&G. And this is a fantastic opportunity to be able to do that. The kids here in Albany they're the future of this community here in Georgia and hopefully one day in the world. So thank you for allowing us to have this opportunity. When you look back in your life, outside of your parents, the teachers that you see throughout school are the ones that touch your lives the most and the most beneficially. So thank you very much again. We appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Special thanks to all of our sponsors for all of our breakfasts. This all couldn't be possible. At this time, I'd like to introduce Tim Cross. Tim serves with us on the Chamber Board as the chair of our Education Committee, which helps put all of this together and takes a very active part throughout the year in meeting with our local education officials. Give you a little background on Tim. Tim is the committee he runs supports education by encouraging business community engagement in public education, by promoting the unique opportunities available to all students through the Daugherty County school system, and by collaborating with the school system. Tim?
Good morning. When I was advised that I was going to introduce Dr. Mosley, I say, that's too easy. Give me something hard to do. And the reason I said that is because I spent several years in the military, and after retired, while I was in the military, we always had, when we had long names that was out there that we couldn't remember or couldn't pronounce, we would come up with acronyms to help us remember what we wanted to say. With that being said, I'm sure some of you have seen the ad that is normally on TV called SouthwestGeorgiaHelpWanted.com, which is amazing results. A long name, but amazing results. I'm sure several of you have seen that on TV. So after pondering a while how I would introduce Dr. Mosley, I came up with an acronym to help me remember. And I think the easiest way to describe Dr. Mosley is to say he's a doer, driving our educators right. That's how I can describe Dr. Mosley. With that being said, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Butch Mosley. Dr. Mosley was selected to be interim superintendent by the Daugherty County School System in 2013. This past spring, the Daugherty County Board of Education asked Dr. Mosley to continue the numerous system improvements initiated under his watch for the next 3 years. Some of the successful work accomplished under Dr. Mosley's leadership includes a systematic assessment of support systems across the school district, the inspection of financial audits, and placement of budgetary control to return integrity to the business operations. Dr. Mosley focused on improving academic performance for students by providing the highest quality teachers at every level. As we all in the community, as we know in the community, partnership is critical to the school system. And Dr. Mosley has taken a leadership role at the Chamber, serving on the Board of Directors, as well as recently chosen to serve on the board of Albany Technical College. Dr. Mosley has successfully served in the interim capacity in 3 Georgia school systems. He has also been hired as a local board of educator to work with board conflict resolution. He retired as a school superintendent of the Glenn County School System in 1999, completing 34 years of full-time service in the public education. He distinguished himself by receiving many accolades and other forms of recognition during that time, including being honored as the Georgia Association of Educators Leadership State Superintendent in 1999. Dr. Mosley is doing it, have done it, and continue to do it. Please join me in welcoming Dr. David Butch Mosley.
That was a little overkill on that introduction, but, since you heard that, Miss Riggins, that sounds like ammunition for a good raise. Mr. Sharp's already stole most of my thunder. I couldn't say what he said any better. And I thank you for what you say, because these people here that run our schools and coach our boys and girls and teach them are the lifeblood of this community. I want all our principals to stand up, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people that truly carry the load. I've heard early on as a young administrator that a school goes as the principal goes. Everything good or bad in a school can be almost attributed directly to the leadership of the principal. So I value these people along with my staff. We do the planning and give some direction and hopefully provide some leadership. But the real work is with them and their teachers. I want to talk about us just a second as opposed to just about the Daugherty County school system. I was in a pretty high-level meeting yesterday with people that are going to be a part of our collaborative. My partners in crime, Dr. Dunning, Dr. Jones, and Dr. Parker were there, along with County Commission Chairman, the Mayor, some high-level business people in the community. And Dr. Dunning made a profound statement that resonated with me, because I see this every day in this community. He was formerly with the Board of Regents in Atlanta. And he said it was so easy to pass over Albany and Daugherty County for things that they needed and maybe wanted, because of the attitude and the conflict that always went on in this community. People were fighting one another. Agencies weren't working together. Government wasn't working together. And I have sensed, and I truly believe this, there's an air in this community now of togetherness. I know we're working together. We have to continue that. And only good things will happen as a result of that. And I'm proud to be a part of it, and along with our school system. We have some very good people in this community, and we have some great initiatives going on. In fact, our plate is full. And I'll share with you three things and then hush. The one-on-one technology. Every youngster in our school district, over 15,000, hopefully by December, will have a laptop computer. They're going to take those computers home. We're going to lose a few, probably. But we're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you lose a few, we replace them. Because we're dealing with the large percentage of our youngsters that won't. Mamas and daddies are going to see those things. Some mamas and daddies have never had a computer in their home. What's that going to do? They're going to begin to toy around, fool around with them. And chances are they're going to learn something and become a little more literate in our society. Number two, a milestone. A failure once is a success now. The Charter College and Career Academy. A group of us are going to Atlanta on Tuesday and plead our case and answer the questions, and hopefully we'll have the right answers, along with the board of directors, and some of you have already been asked to serve. But this will give youngsters an opportunity to be ready to go in your workforce and be productive. Not only providing them with a skill, but providing you with a quality worker. That's our goal. And I look forward to working with Dr. Parker and others on this. It's been a great experience. And our third task is the charter school system. And some of my professional cohorts said, you're crazy to do what you're doing because you got to involve those parents. And I said, with our community, if we're gonna succeed, we're gonna have to get more parent involvement. We had 3 choices mandated by law to change, so it was not something that just came out of the clear blue and somebody said, let's do this. It was mandated by our legislature. We could either be status quo, and who wants to be status quo? More of the same, best of the worst, and the worst of the best. We could be what they call IE square, which gave some more flexibility to the school districts to do their own thing. Or we could be charter, which the only component of that beyond the I2 square, IE square, was you had parent advisory committees at each school who had say-so in the hiring of principals, in the budget, and in the general operation of the school. And that's not to say they're going to run the school. The Board of Education will still have the final say-so. But it makes a lot of sense to me if we can get the participation, and I hope some of you will volunteer to serve on it. And you don't have to live in the district to serve. But I hope some of you will volunteer to bring your skill set to the table to help us run our schools more efficiently, more friendly, more open, more transparent, all the things that go into making a first-class school system. I want to close by saying one thing. This has been the most rewarding job I've ever had in my career. And it's rewarding because of where we are and where I see we're going. I have a wonderful staff. My folks stand up. These are the people that drive the train. This is the operating manager. We don't make a major decision that we don't bat it around. I obviously have a final say-so, but I never make a critical decision without running it by these people and getting their input. So you've got, notwithstanding me, but you've got some good minds that collectively tend to make good decisions. I consider it an honor to serve as your superintendent. Most of it is fun, not all of it. But when you've been around as long as I have and had the opportunities and blessed with good health to continue to work, it's a real blessing. So thank you, and to our partners, I thank you so much for what you bring to us. I hope we earn the things that you give us and the things that you do, and I hope that you see how hard we're trying to do the things the right way and to educate our youngsters in a manner that you can be very proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mosley. And I'll say, I want to reiterate a point. Well, first of all, our school system and our community is better off with you, and we certainly appreciate your leadership. But I do want to, and I'm going off script here, but I do want to reiterate something that Dr. Mosley said, and it came out of a meeting with Dr. Parker and Dr. Dunning and all of our officials, is collaboration. I mean, we realize we're on the cusp of that. We're seeing it every day, and you know, I see it with Crystal Helis's leadership in the county and Mayor Hubbard with the city. For us to go places, it takes that type of collaboration, and I appreciate that. So now we've talked about this morning about the important role that business plays in education. Well, the Partners in Excellence program creates an avenue for businesses to directly support schools in a variety of ways. Virginia Monroe with Communities and Schools will speak about the community businesses and leaders who have supported the Dougherty County school system throughout the Partners in Excellence program. Virginia?
Good morning. Good morning. It's an honor to be able to speak briefly about the Partners in Excellence program. I was the director of the program I started in 1995 and was the director for quite a few years before I retired. Actually, the program was actually started by Sally Harrison. And Sally Harrison is still around Albany. She's still going out to eat quite often, and I see her pretty regularly, and she's very happy that the Partners in Excellence program is continuing to thrive and do well, and that people are continuing to support it. In 1970, Sally, with her husband being a businessman, he was with one of the banks here in Albany. I think it's changed names since then, but Mr. Harrison was with one of the banks, and so Sally knew quite a few people. And she said, we need to try to get some people from the community to come into the schools and volunteer. So it actually started with Sally recruiting volunteers for the schools. And since some of those volunteers were business people, they began to talk to the chamber about it. Sally and the business people and the chamber all got together, and they said, we need to start a Partners in Excellence program where we would have businesses who would partner with a specific school to support that school and to help them educate our children. So that's how the program actually began. It began with about 12 to 14 businesses, and some of those businesses are still partners. You may be a representative of one of those. And so as I look out over this group, I do see many, many people who've been in place for a long time, being the liaison, the partner liaison. But some of those faces have changed. Some are very familiar. I saw one that I was going to mention his name, and I guess he had to leave early, and that was Luke Flatt. But Luke's been around for a while, about like I have. Somebody asked me the other day, said, I lost my train of thought, and they said something like, well, how old are you? And I said, I looked back at them and I said, about as old as you. Anyway, I think we all do that sometimes. So basically, as I look out over the group, I don't see many changes, except that, you know, maybe the liaison has changed. The businesses are still here. We've rarely ever had a business that, you know, just decided they did not want to be a partner with the schools. So the commitment to the schools, to the teachers, to the students remains strong. And that's evidenced by your presence here today. Since the inception of the program, many have worked to keep the program strong. And I know you get into trouble when you start calling names. But I do want to call the name of somebody who has been the go-to person even when the leadership of the program changed or when we were without leadership, and that's Dot Sadler. She's been a go-to person. Thank you, Dot. Today, we welcome a new leader to carry the torch as he works with you and the schools. Mr. Darrell Leggett, where's Darrell? I saw him. Mr. Darrell Leggett, come on up, Darrell, is a native Albanian and a product of the Dougherty County school system. He knows the community, he knows the schools, two very important things, and he will work to carry this great legacy on. I would like to introduce Mr. Darrell Leggett.
Thank you, Ms. Monroe. It is an honor to serve, and I look forward to working with you as we continue to build great communities, one student at a time. The Dougherty County Wadoco Credit Union representative now will announce the winners of the table decoration.
Thank you. We've been doing this for quite a lot of years, and when we got the phone call, the first thing I said is, absolutely, we would love to do it, but find somebody else to judge it. Because, as you all see, they are amazing. There is no way that you can pick a first and second, so whoever judged this, you're better than me, because all of you deserve a round of applause. They So with that said, DOCO is proud to give a $50 Visa gift card to second place Live Oak Elementary School. We really do have amazingly talented people because each and every one of these are beautiful. And first place goes to Sherwood. Thank you, guys.
We're proud to announce these area businesses as new partners for the school year. If you would please hold your applauses, and you will pick up the awards after the program. 21st Century Albany YMCA. Albany Elks Lodge 713. Albany Express Car Wash. Eagle Cleaners. Harvey's Supermarket, South Albany. Creases Company. Albany United Methodist Church. Emeritus Bank. Antioch Baptist Church. Ashley's Furniture. Bethel AME Church. Boys and Girls Club. Charlie's and Pearl's Fried Chicken. Chastity's Styling Salon. Chick-fil-A. Criterion Club of Albany. Dairy Queen East Albany. Duke, Edwards, and Duke Incorporated. Mission Change. Naval Branch Health Clinic. Pick and Save. Pops Detail Shop. Prime America. Second Bethesda Missionary Baptist Church. 6 Point Dry Cleaners. Southwest Georgia Regional. Interfaith Coalition. State Farm. Walmart East. Will you now please join me in saluting our business partners.
It's a pleasure to present the award to the Partner of the Year. I said a couple of years ago, and it got a pretty good laugh, I think of this organization every morning when I get up and do my constitutional. So if the reps for the Procter & Gamble would come forward. Yeah, come on, He said he was glad I think of it that way, but no, we use paper towels too. Thank you so much. Let's give a big hand. Can I give the rest of these up?
No, Barbara.
So I can sit down?
Yes.
Thank you.